Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. So after a week away, we're back with the BMW N3 Cup. Round 5 coming to you from the Blue Moon Bay Speedway. We're on the infield A layout tonight. So let's take you to grid. I think you'll be quite surprised with what you're about to see. So we actually have 16 cars tonight, and I'll explain in a minute what that's all about. But let's go through the grid anyway. So we've got Wadru in pole position, Thomas in second, Brooksy in third, Jerry's in fourth, Unforgiven fifth, Warwolf in sixth, Paul in seventh, Sideways in eighth, Vexman in ninth, Ginger in 10th, Robertson in 11th, Pablo 12th, Rodders in 13th, Stealth in 14th, Firepower 15th, and Team Silver in 16th. Everyone running racing super softs in this first 30-minute race. We've got two 30-minute races for you, as you know by now. It'll be going straight through, no stops on this race one. But anyway, for the reason for the 16 cars is we've actually got a combination of drivers from all three of our leagues coming in tonight. So there's going to be a great mix of driving and drivers in there. So I think I'll stop talking now. Let's get straight to the action, and yeah, let's do this. So revs are up, lights are on, probably, even though you can't see them. Oh, and they're holding them for a long time, and away we go. Great start by everybody, it seems. Wadru leads them off then in first place, closely followed by Thomas in second. With Jerry in third, Brooksy in fourth, Unforgiven in fifth. So as they go around the first left-hander, still Wadru in first then. Thomas right up behind him though. With Jerry not far off the back of them too. So now Thomas on the inside gets himself into the lead momentarily, and Wadru stays around the outside. Now he's on the inside for the next right-hander. So good driving there, goes a bit wide though. Wadru's out in the grass, but he's going to stay there in first, and Jerry and Brooksy is right behind them. So at the moment, big train of cars. So Wadru's still out in front, Thomas in second still, and then Jerry sticking with them in third, and just a little bit off of them is Brooksy, and then Unforgiven in fifth, Paul in sixth, Warwolf seventh. So they head now out onto the oval section and the right hander, and away they go over the start and finish line now. So still Wadru out in front. We start lap 2. Thomas have a look up the inside for turn 1. And he gets there, so Thomas takes up the lead now on the inside of Wadru. That's a great move. With Jerry right behind them, and these three have just simply pulled away from the rest now, so these three are taking up the mantle at the top. How far can these go? Are they going to stick that there all the race, or is there going to be some more changes? I think there's probably going to be some changes with the amount of cars that we've got out there. So Jerry having a looking good actually. Jerry having a look at Wadru. Not quite. Wadru sticks there, and second goes a little bit wide though. So Thomas remains out in first. Jerry's still right up the back of Wadru. So round his right hand, or double right hander. This is where they come off the infield section and go onto the oval itself. Just at that point there, so now they're on the oval part of it, and full power now to the line. So it's Thomas first, Wadru second, Jerry third, Brooksy in fourth. Then we've got Unforgiven and Paul in fifth and sixth. So Paul having a look with Warwolf not too far behind them either. So Paul having a look up the inside now of Unforgiven. Can he get there? Don't think he can. Oh, that horrible bump in the road there. It sort of knocks you off just as the change of the infield comes in, and get a horrible sort of camber and dip in the road. Really moves the car around, shakes the car, and can get you out of shape if you're not careful. So anyway, Unforgiven in fifth, Paul sixth still, Warwolf in seventh. So Warwolf doing well. And then Ginger 8th, Rodders in 9th, Sideways in 10th, Team Silver up to 11th. So that's good moving from Team Silver, considering he was at the back of the grid at the start. And we've got Vexman in 12th. Robertson in 13th, closely followed by Stealth, and Stealth's having a look up the inside of Robertson, does get there, so just a little knock off there and goes a bit wide to Stealth. That's unfortunate. Firepower goes through as well, so Firepower for the 14th. Stealth goes back to 15th. I think Robertson might have just nudged Stealth a little bit there, does give the place back, so he does the right thing there, Robertson. So Stealth up to 14th, Robertson in 15th, and then at the back is Pablo in 16th. So there's your 16th. Going to run out of breath here. I've got my canister of oxygen next to me ready, and already I think I need it. So back at the front, Thomas still pretty comfortable out there, although Wadru not letting up, he's still there. He's going to be for the entire race, I fancy. Jerry's certainly not giving up either. Jerry's sticking with these two up top, so he fancies it. So Thomas just defending the right hand corner there on the inside. Wadru though right up his jacksie there. Gets himself looking to see if he can get through wherever he can, but not quite. So remains in second still with Jerry third. Then Brooksy trying to get onto the back of these three now. So Brooksy looking strong in fourth. It's Unforgiven still in fifth with Paul sixth. He's just come off the back of Unforgiven now. So he might have had a moment somewhere, did Paul perhaps, and he's lost a bit of momentum and come off the back of Unforgiven. Warwolf though is catching Paul, so Warwolf now looking like he wants to get past Paul here. Let's just stick with this for a second just to see how Warwolf does here. So he's catching his right up the back of Paul now, so good pace through there from Warwolf. Paul just hanging off in sixth then, so Ginger in eighth, who's catching on the back of Warwolf too, so Ginger's coming into play now. Looking to see if he can get himself into seventh and sixth possibly, so flash of the lights from Ginger. As you know by now from watching my videos and the races that I cover, Ginger does quite a lot of flashing. This is almost his trademark thing that he does. Rodders in ninth, being chased right now by Sideways, so Sideways right up the back of Rodders. Stay with this, because if Sideways can get into his draft and then pull out, see if he can come onto the inside now for this first left-hander, turn one, as they cross the line. So Sideways is there, gets there, so Sideways gets himself into ninth. Rodders back to 10th. Good move from Sideways, nice and clean. Rodders having to look back though, and was that a little nudge? I'm not sure. Did he just go wide? I think Sideways might have just gone wide. Maybe it was a little tap, but still remains in ninth. So Rodders in 10th then, in the Durex car. Enough said, I think. Vexman looking hungry as well. Vexman getting on the back now of Rodders. So it's almost a three-car battle for 9th, 10th and 11th. So 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes into the race. And already I'm knackered. Losing my voice. Got another 30 minutes to come yet, so that should be fun. But no, seriously, this is going to be awesome, these races tonight with this amount of cars out here. It's a pleasure to have all these guys with us tonight in this sort of little special one-off edition race, if you like. So Team Silver in 12th, Stealth in 13th in the Iron Brew car, and then closely behind him is Firepower, so Firepower in 13th, chasing down Stealth. Can he get himself into 12th? Let's have a look, stick with this little battle for a second. I'm going to try and cover as many people as I can, give as many people coverage as I can, but let's just stick with this. I don't think there's much change up top, but we'll go back to that in a second. So Pablo's actually made up a little bit of, or another place, and got past Robertson, so Pablo in 14th, Robertson in 15th now. So back up top, it's Wadru, or in fact it is Wadru who's taken up the lead. So Wadru has taken up the lead now with Thomas in second, so Wadru did get past Thomas at some stage. Just these two have pulled away now. They've got quite a gap now, quite a large gap actually. Back to Jerry in third. There's the gap. Thomas absolutely following Wadru wherever he goes, like a snake back there. He's not going to get him, he's not far enough up, so Wadru then remains in first. Thomas in second. But these two have cleared off and have left the rest. And if I'm honest, I don't think they're going to catch them now. They're off and away. So the battle's certainly going to be between these two, I think, for the win. Even I'm saying that with 8 or 9 minutes gone, and I still, it just looks so strong, these two, that I don't think there's anybody else who's going to be strong enough to actually catch him and get past them. So could be looking at the battle for first here for sure to the end. So Rodri first, Thomas second, Jerry third. Now he's under pressure from Unforgiven, who's in fourth, but as I say, he's got one up behind Jerry now. So we've got the two up front, then these two, and then the next two, Paul and Warwolf, who are battling out as well. So we've got sort of like 3 sets of 2 at the moment who are at the front. So Unforgiven, is he going to be on Jerry? Is he going to get there? I'm not sure he's going to get there. It's too far back as they start that 9. I don't know though, he has got there and he's going to have a look, Unforgiven. So Unforgiven does have a look and he does get through. So Unforgiven gets a great move. So Unforgiven up to third, all goes wide though. Jerry might fight back. Is Jerry going to get there? He's in the inside now with his left-hander. Oh, side by side through there, nice and clean. Great racing. Now Unforgiven still there in third. Almost flat through that one, just ease off the throttle a little bit, and but oh, now Jerry's on the inside for this right-hander. Now Jerry, can he get back to third place? Not quite. Unforgiven's a bit stronger around now, so Paul and Warwolf now has caught up with these two. So now we've actually got a group of 4, and it looks like we've actually lost Brooksy, who was having a good race because he was up in what, 4th, and he's gone. So that's unfortunate for Brooksy. He thinks he's had some connection issues there and he's gone, so that's very unfortunate. But back to the race, we've got Paul and Warwolf chasing down Unforgiven and Jerry. So this is the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Warwolf having an excellent race here. Warwolf, as you know, one of our League 3 competitors, has come up into this event tonight, into this little race for us to help us out, and he's holding his own at the moment. So yeah, good racing by Warwolf. And then Ginger in 7th still. He's just dropped off the back of Warwolf and the rest in front, but so he's having a bit of a lonely race now, is Ginger, but when he goes wide, that might help Sideways, and Sideways behind him, who's not far off in 8th, and Vexman not far off him in 9th. So Sideways, can he catch Ginger now? He certainly caught him after his little excursion off the grass, but can he actually get to him? Just go back to Ginger and have a look. I think the gap, there's Ginger, and there's Sideways, and there's Vex, and there's Rodders. So all very close there between these 4. Oh, and Vex hits the wall hard. That's going to slow him down, and Rodders is definitely going to get him here. The momentum has literally stopped for Vex there after hitting that wall that hard. And Rodders right up his Jaxie now. He's going to get him. He's going to pull out and go onto the inside for this first turn 1, left-hander. No, not quite. Or see how the cars get out of shape as they hit that dip. And again there, but it's not so bad when you're going uphill. It's when you're coming down off of the oval onto the infield section and really knocks the car out of shape. So Stealth in 11th though, with Firepower still in 12th, Pablo in 13th, and Robertson chasing him down in the back in 14th. So a little battle at the back here for 13th and 14th. So battles going off everywhere, as you'd expect, with so many cars out there. So we're actually down to 14, so there's another car that's gone, or another person that's gone somewhere, and I think it's actually Team Silver. So we've lost Team Silver as well, so Brooksley and Team Silver out of it. So now we're down to 14 cars. As we look at the leader, Wadru pulling away now from Thomas slightly now. So Wadru in the lead. Thomas doing his utmost to try and stay with him. Remember, everyone's on super softs. No pit stops required in this race 1. So it's straight through to 30 minutes. We're what, come up to, just gone past the 13-minute mark, so plenty of time still. So Thomas certainly won't worry about it yet because he's still pretty close to Wadru. So plenty of time. We've got Unforgiven in third, Paul in fourth. He's actually got himself up to fourth along with Warwolf. Jerry's dropped back down to sixth, so Jerry's had an issue somewhere or a little problem or an off somewhere, so he's dropped back down to sixth. So Paul now still being handled by Warwolf. He hasn't left him alone all this race so far, has he? Warwolf showing real pace. Paul's just can't shake him off. Seems to be what they've been like since the start, really. And Warwolf's going to go up the inside now. Paul is going to have a look. He's going to get himself into fourth, I fancy, because he's going to be on the inside, and he does, or does he not? No, Paul's just a little bit out of shape by Paul. Paul's just a little bit later on the brakes there, but now he's run wide, Paul, so maybe he will get fourth, Warwolf. So come on, and Jerry fancies this now as well, so Jerry's back on it. So Jerry's thinking, okay boys, you're going to fight it out, you keep doing that, I'll find the space and I'll rob you both. Warwolf gets past Paul, so great move from Warwolf, gets up the inside and gets himself up in the fourth, so well played Warwolf. All goes wide though, and Paul's going to get him again, so Paul back in the fourth. We're swapping and changing positions here between these two. Jerry's chuckling behind us. Little scrape of the walls there, no big dramas though there. Might have slowed him down a little bit. Good. Paul's just pulled a little bit of a gap off on him now, trying to chase down Unforgiven, but Unforgiven's gone, and he wants to try and catch on to the back of Thomas and Wadru. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. So it's quite a long way back, but as I said, plenty of time. About another 15 minutes left in this race, so you never know what happens up front. So he's gonna keep going, as you'd expect. So Paul in fourth, Warwolf now under attack from Jerry in sixth. So Jerry's got his after his little mistake or whatever it was, he had the issue that he had. He's got his momentum back. Looking to chase down Paul and Warwolf. Then sideways George in seventh with Vexman and Ginger, and in fact Ginger has got dropped back, and both sideways and Vexman have got past Ginger, so Ginger's down to ninth now. So something's wrong with Ginger there, or he's had a problem and he's going to hit the wall again. Is Vexman, he'd done that last time, and Ginger's now under attack from Rodders. So Rodders now going to be right up the back of Ginger, and he's going to get on the inside here, which he has already. This first turn one left-hander. No, not far enough, I don't think. What's happened to Vex? He seems to have slowed down as well, because these two are right on him now. So let's stay with this little three-car battle. Have a great track, this. The infield layout is great, little sort of addition to the oval that they've got here, and really makes for some interesting racing, as you can see. Fantastic racing, in fact. Rodders having a look up the inside. Little tap. Runs Ginger wide a little bit. Rodders does slow down and gives him the place back. Well done, Rodders. Exactly what you've got to do, as you know by now. That's good driving, good respectful driving. So Ginger in ninth. Let's just let Vexman off the hook a little bit. So Vexman goes off into eighth. And Stealth in 11th. A little way back, and then he's kind of on his own there. He's having a little bit of a lonely race in race one here, but he'll be happy with that, I think, at the moment. See if he can get himself under the group in front. And then Firepower trying to chase down Stealth in 12th. There's the gap there, you can see for yourself. Lovely looking car that for Firepower. And we've got Robertson, who has got past Pablo, so that was a little battle we looked at earlier, and so Robertson now into 13th and Pablo in 14th. So Pablo again, another one that you'll recognise from the League 3 Championship that I cover. So back up top, no change. Wadru's just, the only change is that he's pulling further away actually. So the battle's kind of died down a little bit up there, so I think that is what it is for the time being. So Thomas will certainly settle for second, but of course he'll going to be fighting for first, don't get me wrong, but at the moment looks like Wadru's just pulling away slightly each time we come back to these guys. So there's your first and second, Unforgiven, still doing his best to try and catch him. I think he is slowly catching him, but whether he'll have enough time to actually catch him and get up to him, I'm not sure. And then there's a little battle still with Paul and Warwolf. These two have been stuck together. Warwolf just won't leave Paul alone. He's showing great bit of driving out here tonight, is Warwolf. Really keeping it and sticking it with the big boys up here, and fair play to him. He's a good driver, is Warwolf, and certainly looking good here tonight. So Warwolf in fifth, Jerry in sixth. Another one who's sort of on his own now after some early battles. It's kind of, a bit of a lonely race there. There's the gaps there, and so he's on his own a little bit then, with Sideways George coming around the final bend on the straight. So again, another one that's on his own a bit now, and Vexman not that far behind, but as I say, he's got away from the battle behind. He's trying to chase down Sideways now. That's what his aim will be. He gets out of control a little bit, that bump on that road again. And then Rodders and Ginger. So Rodders has got past Ginger, got himself into 9th, and Ginger back to 10th then. As we're into the 20-minute mark now, so 10 minutes left of the race. So tyres will be wearing a little bit, but no dramas, won't need to pit stop. Fuel should be okay too, so everything will be fine in that respect. And then Stealth in 11th. Firepower 12th. And then at the backs, Pablo and Robertson and Pablo. Going back to this Paul and Warwolf battle, because I think, if I'm honest, this probably is the closest one on track at the moment, because they're still trying to chase down Unforgiven actually, and they're kind of, Unforgiven seems to have dropped back a little bit, so I'm not too sure what's happened with Unforgiven here, but these two are definitely catching him. There he is, just going out of shot, and Paul must be sick to death with seeing Warwolf behind him in his mirrors now, but he's really been hounding him from lap 1. There's been some swapping and changing of positions between the two of them, but remained quite stable, but still in battle up to this point. So 4th and 5th you're looking at them, and there's Unforgiven just in front, so I don't know quite what's happened there with Unforgiven. He's certainly slowed down. So 3rd place there, and then Thomas in 2nd still, Roger in 1st. Jerry in 6th, so let's go back and have a look at the leaders. So Wadru and Thomas. Wadru is actually catching up with the back markers now, I believe. Not too far off the back of the field. Such is the gap that he's pulling and the pace that he's got at the moment. So Wadru looking good for yet another victory. There are the back markers in front, so he's certainly going to get them, I think, with what, 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes left of this race. So he picks up the oval section now, full pelt round the final corner, come across the line for completion of lap 20. So let's see how he copes with. There's Thomas in the background, so let's just see how he copes with, I think that's Robertson actually, so Robertson has gone back to 14th, so Pablo's got past him again, so a little battle between them two at the back. They keep switching places too. So we'll stick with this just for the second, just to see. See if they hold him up, because if they do hold him up, he gets a penalty, Wadru, so small penalty that Wadru's got to. I mean, fortunately, he's got quite a big gap behind him that that's not really going to affect him losing too much in terms of. Well, we won't lose a position, but he might lose a little bit of time, obviously. But it's whether these two hold him up. I think he's going to catch him. He has slowed right down actually just to get rid of it, so of course that does bring Thomas back into play, and there he is. So Thomas now chasing down Wadru. Now can he get him? Can he get into a slip? Now so he can get there. With what, 6-7 minutes left of the race, who knows? This could be the opportunity that Thomas has been looking for. So after I said that the gap was increasing, it's actually fallen right back into his lap now, courtesy of that little penalty that Wadru had. So Wadru now, he still certainly hasn't caught up with the back marker, so Robertson and Pablo still fighting it out in front. There they are. They could actually get them down here at the hairpin, and I think Robertson might have let him go there, so fair play, must have got the blue flags, seen the blue flags, and I think they've let him through. So Wadru gets past both of them, so now it's just Thomas now who's going to try and get through the traffic, get himself up, but he's going to pick them up right at the right time, I think, right along this fast sections of the oval. So he's just going to go past them. There's one. So he's past Robertson, he's just got to get past Pablo now, and he'll catch him with ease, I would imagine, along here. Just getting to his slip as he does, snaking around. Should get him down here at turn 1. Yeah, he's there, so Thomas is through as well, so that's 2 leaders through the back markers. So Unforgiven now, coming along this straight too, crosses the line. Paul still in 4th, and guess what? Warwolf is still there, stuck to his bumper. So Warwolf, it's been constant, this battle between these two. It's a great battle, but it's been a constant battle, and Paul's palms must be sweating, because Warwolf has not given up one jot. And, the pressure he's been applying onto Paul has been immense from as I say, from lap 1 really, and so great battles between these two. This is a great little race. Everything else is still pretty stable. Runs a bit wide, or in fact they both do. I was going to say Paul ran a bit wide, but Warwolf kind of followed him out there a little bit. So Paul now, as they go onto this oval section, clean through there. Can Paul just pull away a slight gap or not? Every time he thinks he has, Warwolf is still there. Warwolf's got a good drive now. Warwolf could attack him down here. Paul wanted this first right-hander. No, he's on the wrong side. Didn't quite get up there far enough. So Paul remains in 4th. And Warwolf in 5th still as we approach the last, 4 or 5 minutes of this race now. I am going to stick with this because, as I said, this is the battle on the track, I believe, at the moment. Warwolf absolutely giving him everything he's got. And some to try and get past Paul. Now he drives out to the right hand. Can he get him down it? No, not far enough. Paul fairly late on the brakes there. Oh, and it's gone a little bit wide though, Paul. So now Warwolf, but he's going to be on the outside. He's going to be on the wrong side there for this next right-hander. Sorry, left-hander. Double left-hander, and yeah, clean through there. So Warwolf looked like he had it, but Paul covered it on the inside. Oh, and Paul hits the wall. Slight tap of the wall. That's going to give Warwolf the advantage now as he gets right up behind Paul into his slip. No, he doesn't. He actually pulls out of the slip, but such is the pace that he's got, I think he's going to think Fancy's going to go just past him on the outside, but he's going to be on the outside for turn 1 now. He was going to brake latest, and I think Paul Mythoff is still in 4th, so this battle rages on. So what a great battle this has been. So Jerry's still in 6th then. So let's just run through the field. So it's Wadru still out in 1st. He's now catching on to the back of Firepower. So Wadru 1st, Thomas close behind in 2nd. as it has been for the majority of the race. Thomas with that early start and early run out in front in the lead, and the drop down to second has been like this for the rest of the race throughout. And then we've got Unforgiven in third, who I think is going to be settling for that now. Paul, as you know, in fourth, with Warwolf fifth. We run through the field here. Jerry sixth. Sideways in seventh. Vexman in eighth. Hits the wall with Rodders up behind him. So Rodders is going to attack him now after the little brush off the wall there. So Rodders is certainly going to get him for sure, I would imagine, down here. As on the outside is Rodders. He's already passed him into eighth. Gets in, yeah, and Vex just slips from behind him into ninth. So there's eighth and ninth. So that battle's hasn't finished yet, and in fact Vex still gets him and goes on the inside. Great move. So he goes back in the eighth. Oh, but Rodders has got him again, and now they're swapping places. Brilliant. This is what a race this has been. So many cars, so many battles. This is what we like to see here on this channel. I know it's a bit of a one-off with the cars and the races that we got, but more of this, I say. More of this, absolutely. Anyway, Rodders out in eighth. Vex in ninth. Ginger in 10th. Stealth in 11th. Firepower 12th. Robertson 13th. And Pablo in 14th. So that little battle's still going as well, as we now must be heading on to the final lap. Let's get back to the leader then. Wadru. Who's been comfortable throughout and got himself out into the lead and never looked back, and we're on the final lap. So what a great race this has been, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. Absolutely fantastic. So Wadru then coming round the final bend. Great racing between him and Thomas early doors. Thomas just didn't quite have enough in the end. So it's Wadru in first. Congratulations to Wadru. First place for him. Thomas comes over in second, so good racing from Thomas. Unforgiven in third. It's just coming round the final bend now. So Unforgiven in third. Oh, and a close battle in. Paul just gets there, I think he does. So it's Paul in fourth, Warwolf in fifth. Great racing between them two. Great racing from Warwolf too. Jerry over in sixth. Well done, Jerry. So Sideways in seventh. Vexman in eighth. Closely followed by Rodders. So Vexman has got eighth. Rodders in ninth. Ginger in 10th. Stealth in 11th. Firepower. Then Robertson. Then Pablo. So I hope you enjoyed that, everybody, and join me soon again for race 2.